full days of rest. Sam Montembeault and the Canadiens are back in action, looking to get back in the win column after falling to the Pens on Monday. It's also a homecoming of sorts as Phillip Danault is set to face his former team with the LA Kings in town. The Canadiens with a home-heavy schedule to kick off this season. 4 of their first 5 games coming at the Bell Center, including tonight, which wraps up a 3-game homestand. And there's 20-year-old Lane Hutson. Has the fans excited. His 4 points tied for the team lead, but he's still looking for his first career goal. Maybe that will come tonight here on Molson Canadiens Hockey. As we welcome you here inside the TSN studio, I'm your host, Laura Dyken, joined alongside our analyst, Cheryl Pounder. It is ladies' night, Habs and Kings on tap. And the last time we saw Montreal in action was back on Monday. The Habs let that game get away, giving up the final 4 goals to the Pens, falling 6-3. Next up, well, it is a LA Kings team that just played last night, lost to the Leafs in Toronto, and they've had all kinds of issues keeping that puck out of the net, giving up 14 goals in their last 2 games. To get you set for this one, let's turn it over now to Brian Mudryk and Mike Johnson.
Laura, Lane Hutson has been must-see TV for Montreal Canadiens fans. 6 NHL games. He's got 6 assists. And Mike, this season, he leads the team for rookies in ice time, about 21 minutes per game. But Lane, the forwards, the entire team need better team defense in front of the goalies.
That's exactly it. There's been some pretty good individual performances, and you focus on the positives. Sam Montembeault has been incredible. The penalty kill has been very good. But if you want sustainable regular season success, then Montreal has to get much better playing without the puck, playing in their own end by not doing it so much. That means better decisions up ice. That means better engagement by the forwards on the back check. That means better stopping of cycles and breaking pucks out. Montreal is just spending too much time in their own end. That's shots, that's chances, that's goals, and that's momentum that goes the other way. And that's something they're going to have to clean up. Now, you love the enthusiasm and the offense that everyone wants to think and go and attack with. That's brilliant. But you have to make better decisions, not have to play on your own end so much. And if they do that, they'll give themselves a much better chance to be consistently picking up points throughout the year.
I'm not great at math, but 4 goals in 4 games, that's pretty good. That's Cole Caulfield right now. And he is ice level with our Kenzie Lalonde.
Well, Cole, you found 4 goals so far at the start here. How has founding the score sheet early allowed you to shape your game here in your decision making?
It's pretty good. It's a good start, but we got things to work on in the O zone, D zone. So good start. Just build off that and keep the confidence going.
Tonight's David Savar's 800th regular season game. Is there extra motivation to get the win?
Every time that guy laces him up, it's something special, and we're really lucky to have him. So this one's for Dave tonight.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Savard, not the only defenseman celebrating a milestone tonight. Arbor Xhekaj suiting up for his 100th career game, and no changes to the lines despite Jayden Struble being cleared to play. That third line has caught your eye, though, Cheryl. Why is that?
Well, I'm looking in particular at Gallagher and Anderson, the way they've been playing. And I think it's really critical that you play to your identity. And listen, on any team, you have to have depth. We know what that Cole Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slafkovsky line can do in terms of offense. But this is a line that has to be able to generate speed, play with energy. And I think they've done an excellent job. Look at the communication here by a veteran in Gallagher. He's been playing some excellent hockey, and the timing to pop to that space and get a slot shot off. You have to know where you are on the ice. He does a great job of this. Little 2-on-1. Where does he go? Right to the front of the net. And I just love this. It is the compete, the tenacity in and around the paint. It's like a dog on the bone, LD. Just looking to find any loose puck. But it's about getting open, getting available, and keeping his feet moving for puck retrieval. Let's all go to Anderson now. Look at the power move. Put it in. But you don't just watch it. You go lay the hit on. Separate player from puck. And he did an excellent job. That's why he's getting some PK time driving the net, and that's why you start in the period, because you want to set the tempo again. You want to get in on pucks, you want to hound them, and you want to create. You want to be someone who can change the tempo of the game, and I think these two in particular have had 7 slot shots in that last game. If they can provide that energy, it's going to continue to either go in or they're going to have sustained ozone time. So I'm looking at Anderson also coming through that neutral ice, whether he's going to be coming in on that offside, picking up speed, or the onside.
Montreal Canadiens will be happy to get a goal because they haven't done that in the last 2 games against the Kings, losing both matchups last year by identical 4-0 scores. The puck drop from the Bell Center is next.
Canadiens hockey on TSN is brought to you by Molson. Whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or XL, there's a Molson with your name on it.
Sam Montembeault has had a fantastic start to the season. He stopped 72 of the 73 shots he faced in his first 2 games. Bit of a speed bump versus Pittsburgh, though, last time up when he gave up 5. He's looking to get back on track tonight, as is David Rittich, who allowed 4 goals to the Leafs yesterday. Got the old heave-ho, so he's starting both these games on this back-to-back. This is your goaltender battle for tonight's game between the Kings and the Canadiens. And without further ado, we are going to get you to Montreal, to the Bell Center, where again we find Brian and MJ.
Laura, it is game 3 of a 3-game homestand for the Montreal Canadiens. A beautiful Thursday night as Montreal trying to get back in the win column after that loss to Pittsburgh back on Monday. And this guy trying to get his first goal of the season. Hasn't played a lot of hockey, Mike, but the Habs would love to get Kirby Dach going.
He's such an important player for Montreal. Anchoring the second line, he's got to control play, get better on the faceoff where he's really struggling. Yes, there's some rust there. That's understandable, but he's been healthy. He played all training camp. He's got to raise his level so that he can be more effective and drive his line.
Kirby Dach's last goal, March 23rd, 2023 versus Boston. As the Kings were roughed up, Jim Hiller and company trying to respond after that loss to Toronto last night. They got down 5-0 and lost the game. Second of a back-to-back for LA underway here at the Bell Center. Chipped in all the way to Samuel Montembeault, who gets the start. Comes in with a 2-1 record for Montreal. There's Matheson in the corner for Cole Caulfield. Quick pass, Suzuki, and the Habs are away. At center, Slafkovsky for Caulfield. 4 goals in 4 games for Cole Caulfield. A great start for him. As Slafkovsky to the puck. Kempe poked it away. Quinton Byfield has the puck for the Kings. David Rittich starting back-to-back nights. He got shelled in Toronto, gave up 4 goals on 14 shots, and his second start of the season tonight. Trying to remedy last night's start. Here's Gallagher. Over the line, lost the puck. Habs changing. Little speed from Moore up the right wing. He'll drop. Kevin Fiala, Moore, quick shot. Handled by Montembeault.
Watch those turnovers, Brendan Gallagher, late in the shift.
Good puck battle. Moore digs it free. He'll hand it off. Fiala all the way up top. Caleb Jones deflected. That left pad kicked out in time by Montembeault. Caden Gooley all the way to Rittich, and he's going to freeze that.
Couple early chances for LA.
These key parts of the game are presented by Napa Auto Parts.
For the Kings, you mentioned they're struggling in their own end. They got to protect the slot at 5-on-5 and short-handed. They've been no good there. And for Montreal, cleaner breakouts. Get the puck and get it out of their own ends. They don't play there as often as they have to start the season.
Kings have won the last 6 meetings. Montreal, LA head-to-head, as Laura talked about. Shutout both times last year by scores of 4-0. So Montreal trying to strike first here as Lane Hudson stretching ice. Every time he starts to play, the crowd buzzing.
Or just go right through it, because it looked like Armia was about to be sent in on a 2-on-1. As Marty St. Louis has elected to juggle his 3 defensive pairs. Matheson playing with Barron, Lane Hudson getting Caden Gooley as the de facto #1 pair, and then Xhekaj and Savard. So up front stays the same, but 3 new sets of D on the back end for Montreal.
8 points on the season between Gooley and Hudson, as Hudson using his speed, he'll start to play. Kirby Dach, he'll wire it in. In comes Alex Newhook in pursuit with Armia. Armia to the puck first in the corner. He'll walk out with it. Armia making moves, still with it. Yoel Armia. Kirby Dach tried to get that backhand through, and that's intercepted.
That's the right thought.
Laferriere starting the play to Alex Turcotte, who had a goal last night for the LA Kings. Newhook in transition. Got upended by Spence, who's back in the lineup for the LA Kings. Didn't play last night. Turcotte, he'll bring it in alone. 1-on-3, he'll dish. Space, Foegele shot. Warren Foegele, space opened up, and Montembeault, another good save early. Good look from the former Edmonton Oiler as Dvorak in. He'll drift one into the corner. Heineman racing in, and look out. Both guys might go hard into the end boards.
Right shoulder for Caleb Jones. Let's hope he's okay.
Jones back on his skates, but he is laboring a bit. Here's Lee towards the net. Had his first NHL point last night, did Lee, as he goes back to work in the corner with Jeannot. Andre Lee, a little backhand feed. Matheson trying to jam it away. In comes Jeannot. Oliver Kapanen on the puck. Kapanen sends it across. Little chip by Emil Heineman, who now has 2 goals in his young NHL career. Heineman scoring back-to-back games for Montreal. Caden Gooley at the blue line. Throwing in. The Kings got to get back on side, and they will, as Lane Hudson will start the play for Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky also 4 points to start this young season. Good steal, Quinton Byfield. For Kopitar. Mikey Anderson in stride. He'll hand it off. One-time drive. Kopitar and pushing across again. Montembeault. Montembeault has made 4 saves, 3 of them high quality so far on the Kings.
It was a tough save. Kopitar got a lot on the one-timer.
Good steal, Slafkovsky. Caulfield, little chip to space. Gavrikov, little shoulder check. He sees Nick Suzuki, who hits him. LA starting the season on a 7-game road trip. They'll go back out west.
When you consider they started the last preseason game in Quebec City.
Yep.
On the road since October 1st as the arena goes through some renovations.
Here's Jake Evans through center. Over the blue line, he'll drop it off. Barrett waits. Wrist shot into the glove of David Rittich. And he'll make the stop.
And you mentioned some pretty good looks for LA, and Anze Kopitar off to another solid offensive start, the ageless wonder. And this seam pass is coming through hot. And when it's going that hard, it's hard to get good contact with it as well as direct it. He did well there. And this one, you never like to see at any time, but especially early in the game when the ice is fresh and extra slippery. Looks like Caleb Jones is going to be okay, stay in the game.
Kopitar, his 19th NHL season, all-time leader in franchise games played, assists, second in goals, and 4th in points. And what a leader for years in LA. Stretch pass, Brendan Gallagher. Good burst of speed. Josh Anderson, a backhand right through the crease as Anderson used that speed and barreled in. And a good chance there on Rittich. Anderson talked with the media earlier today about day by day, bringing my energy, doing the right things, and continuing to try to help this team out in any way I can. And, you know, that speed will help. A good little push there from Josh Anderson. Armia trying to get it through to Dach, picked off at center. And Caleb Jones, little chip and chase, wanted to get it to himself. Played up the left side by David Savard in game 800 tonight in his NHL career. Here's Foegele. Laferriere Little head fake. He'll throw it around the boards. Armia can't chip it out towards the net. Never got through. Alex Turcotte. Shot in by Jones. Battle down low. Fogle. Knocked by Jackeye. Pass right in front. Turcotte swinging a miss. Kind of found on it. Through the crease. Out of the net. Montembeault. Across on Fogle as Fogle, his second good look early in this game. Up top. Pass across from Brant Clark. Trying to feather that through. High wrister as Laferriere. High and wide, and Montembeault has been sharp early.
You don't want to have him to be so sharp to start the game. It's good that he is, but where's the D-zone coverage? A 2-on-2 behind the net. Savard and Jackeye are down there. Kirby Dach cannot go below the goal line. He just can't. He's got to hang out in front. Wide open Fogle because Dach went sniffing, and somewhere Cheryl's smiling in the studio because the speed of Josh Anderson. What he can do now, he'd love a little more finish, but he is so fast in straight lines that he can challenge defenders on loose pucks in an effective way. That's just a breakdown in D-zone coverage. That is fundamental stuff you cannot have happen consistently, and unfortunately Montreal is occurring a little bit too much.
Trevor Lewis for Lee. Lee takes a look and he'll flip it in deep. Jeannot, Hudson in a puck battle. Oliver Kapanen will dig it free. Kapanen up the right side. Still looking for his first NHL goal. Heineman in the corner. Talked with Kapanen earlier today. He said one of his favorite players coming up was Steven Stamkos.
Lee got a pretty nice release. Stamkos-esque, perhaps.
Now in Nashville, long-time captain in Tampa Bay, winning a couple of cups. Also mentioned Patrice Bergeron, so two pretty good players that he looked up to coming up. Puck battle at center. Jeannot wins it. He's got it. Jeannot for Kopitar. Kopitar, little drop pass. Gavrikov, wrist shot. Good velocity, but he missed. Quentin Byfield. Lost the puck. Habs will break away, led by Barron. He'll chip it to the left side. Caulfield, Suzuki, back to Caulfield. Up top, Barron, walking in. Barron waiting, round the net. Barron, wrap try, score! What a move! Justin Barron, 1-0 Montreal!
That's a nice way to get on the board to start your season. Justin Barron jumps on a turnover caused by Cole Caulfield, and he's looking for Slafkovsky. Now he's looking for Suzuki, and he just elects to keep it eventually and wrap it all the way in. This is not great post-to-post coverage from Dave Riddick, but you can see him looking to pass, and Riddick gets so far outside his left post, he can't make it back to the right side, and a tidy tuck from Barron to open the scoring and get Montreal the lead.
Justin Barron, first of the year. He had 7 goals, 13 points last year. Career high in goals for him. And his first of the season, a beautiful wrap job to make it 1-0 as he beats Riddick. In comes Josh Anderson looking for more with Evans. Anderson digs it free. Gallagher, quick snipe, and he missed by a few feet. Barron guides it back in. Gallagher, little shoulder check. Clark hits him. Gallagher up for Matheson. Nice move, creates some space. Matheson walks it in, still with it, as he got tripped up by Jones. No call coming. Flip down the ice and look out. Fiala in. Fiala, forehand, stop on Montembeault! What a start for the Montreal Canadiens tender. Here's more. Little dish in front, wanted Fiala. That pops to center, and Mike, you called it. They don't want him to have to be that good, but he has been.
This should be 3 on the board for LA. What a lucky bounce off the glass, too, to kick it out and slow it down for Fiala to give him a breakaway, but Montembeault strung him out and turned him aside.
Started off the season with a bang, 48 save shutout performance versus Toronto. The most in an opening night, by the way, since 1955. And his numbers have been fantastic. He's the guy. His 3-year extension kicked in, and he's kicked it up. What a night. And what a wrap job. Justin Barron goes round the horn and tucks it in to make it 1-0.
And the nothing is very much courtesy of Sam Montembeault. He has been spectacular to start this game, facing down several good looks, including this most recent one from Kevin Fiala. This puck's probably going to go further down, but takes a funny bounce when it lands. If Fiala is in alone, tries to sell a shot, but Montembeault goes laterally with him and able to keep his body upright enough to get the blocker over on the shot. Fiala is one of the most talented players LA has, and that's a big save after Montreal opened the scoring.
Fiala 8 points in his last 6 games versus Montreal as Lane Hudson brings it in offside.
Any communication here after I see Jim Hiller, the new coach for the LA Kings, and talk about being unhappy with his team. He changed every single line and every single D pair from last night to tonight. It tells you about how they played the last couple of games. 2 losses to Ottawa and Toronto.
Took them about 13 minutes to get a shot on goal. The Leafs were already up 2-0. They were up 5-0. Of course, Darcy Kemper is day-to-day, so Phoenix Copley was an emergency call-up, so he is the backup. Came in relief last night for David Rick.
Joel Edmondson, who's playing for LA right now, back home, having his first trial, so congrats to him. Not on the road trip.
Very popular former Montreal Canadian is Kempe. Up for Gavrikov, wrist shot, blocks Slafkovsky, and a good job to swat it away. Got it to Caulfield. And it did come out, so offside charge to LA.
So you mentioned this long, arduous road trip. It's good to get on the road to get with the guys to start the season, but not like this. And the last exhibition game, October 1st, was in Quebec City. So they'll be on the road for the entire month of October. Their first home game is the 24th. So, 3 weeks is a long time. A lot of luggage, a lot of suits, a lot of stuff lugging around in hotel rooms. They want to get home. They want to get home in a good mood.
Kings 4-6-2 last season, their second game of a back-to-back. Puck at center. Laferriere over the line. Takes the cross check from Xhekaj. Arber Xhekaj in game 100 tonight in his NHL career for Arber Xhekaj. So 800 for Savard and 100 for Xhekaj. And up top, that was Newhook. He got clipped. He is slow to get up.
Skated right through his head.
So Montreal's going to get a power play here.
The arm was definitely up, as is Newhook, which is good news. It was more incidental contact than anything. But you do have to be responsible for where you head around the ice, and England heading to the box because of it. Francois Saint-Laurent, Eric Furlat, 2 veteran officials on the ice. As it looks like things have settled down. Francois Saint-Laurent wants to make sure, this is a 2 or are we calling a head contact here as he brings in Eric Furlat for consultation.
Los Angeles play number 5, 2 minute illegal hit to the head.
2 minutes, illegal hit to the head. And you see England here skating through. No, Newhook hadn't touched the puck yet. That is interference, and he gets a good look at it right here. You know what? That's incidental, but that's also leaning into a guy who hasn't yet made contact with the puck. That's a sneaky, dirty play by England.
Habs win the draw. Matheson on the puck. Suzuki in front. Slafkovsky had Caulfield. Oh, what a setup. Juraj Slafkovsky had Caulfield all queued up. Here's Suzuki. Kirby Dach tried to center. Puck available, and Caulfield quick to it. He'll jam it far corner. There's Slafkovsky. Montreal 1 for 2 on the power play in that loss Monday versus Pittsburgh as the Kings will clear LA, giving up 2 power play goals last night to Toronto.
Montreal power play's got 1 in every game so far, which is tremendous production.
Slafkovsky, Caulfield, Gallagher, Heineman, all with power play goals this year for Montreal. As Suzuki could not bring that in clean. He was checked by Lewis. Kirby Dach, he'll chip it in. Suzuki goes to work. Good job, Caleb Jones to the puck first, and he will clear down the ice. To the midway point of this first period, here is Lane Hudson. He'll drop it back. Newhook, who drew the penalty, on the puck for Montreal. To the right side, Gallagher. He'll chip it in. In comes Armia. Fogle there first. Foegele trying to free it to Mikey Anderson. Oliver Kapanen. Good steal on Foegele, but Foegele stole it back. Held in by Gallagher. Here's Hudson. Lane Hudson feeds it across. Armia's shot.
He doesn't know where it is.
Riddick looked behind him, Mike, but he had it, and he made the save.
Did he? He didn't know he did. I think he was trying to make a glove save. The puck went on the ice. Good work by Montreal to get the puck back. Kapanen, Gallagher, Newhook banging away, trying to get a retrieval and get it to Lane Hudson's hands. Good things are going to happen. He finds a seam. Here comes Armia, and where is it? It's in there somewhere. And David Riddick, an earlier chance. That's very unselfish. Good back check from Trevor Moore to take a certain goal away from Cole Caulfield.
Face-off loss there for Montreal. They come in, Mike, I know it's early, but 30th in the NHL in face-off winning percentage as a team. Hudson tried to play it to himself. Armia got it. Here's Newhook. In for Armia. 10 seconds left in the minor penalty. Hudson across. Gallagher brings it in for Newhook. In comes Armia and Newhook. Newhook, the one-handed shove. England's out of the box. One shot on the power play, and here comes the Kings. Philip Deneau, wrist shot in and out of Montembeault as the former Montreal Canadiens. Deneau, a good chance. Parts of 6 seasons, Philip Deneau with the Montreal Canadiens.
I always remember him eating a pizza after the games. That great post-game, or that great postseason run to the final.
Another very popular player in the room is Lane Hudson. He'll fire it in for Montreal. Kopitar had the natural hat trick in the Kings season opener. Dvorak wanted Anderson. Anderson in the collision at center. Tangled up with Caleb Jones as Jones has had a bit of a rough period. Anderson, the guy, though, slow to get up after that contact. Fiala checked by Dvorak. Jordan Spence back for Fiala. Fiala. Good stick. Dvorak broke it up. Got it to center, and the Kings reset. Dvorak steals again. Off the boards, Josh Anderson, but Heineman was just in offside. Justin Barron, the goal scorer on this Thursday night in downtown Montreal.
Emil Heineman is off to a great start. Although his parents haven't been able to see him play yet in Montreal, they've been watching at home in Leksand, Sweden. So a 7 p.m. puck drop is around 1 a.m. in Leksand. Emil saying his parents sleep for a few hours, then get up, watch the game, and then sleep for maybe another hour or two, and then head off to work.
You know, Kenzie, a parent's work is never done. Good for them, and you know what? Great journey for the young man. What stands out about his game to you?
Sneaky fast and an incredible release. That puck pops off his stick at an elite level. I've seen a couple of those goals, and one of them against Pittsburgh where Erik Karlsson thought he could catch him. He found out he could not. The way he shoots the puck is impressive.
Quentin Byfield on the puck for Turcotte, up to the line. Wrist shot, Jones, a floater. It was deflected, and Montembeault able to make the stop as Turcotte lost the stick, driving in.
So Sam Montembeault appreciates that there will be nights where he will be busy. He has seen that already this year. It is a work in progress for the team in front of him. He has to be calm, collected, can't get frustrated when there's lots of action or maybe good chances against. And there's another one that took a funny bounce, it looked like, into Montembeault. It's good. Byfield, sometimes in the middle, sometimes on the wing, had a breakout season, got the nice contract this summer, but after playing center for a few games, now over to the wing.
Byfield, 20 goals, 55 points. He did a lot of work during the summertime with Gary Roberts, just north of Toronto, where he is from, skating with guys like Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, continues to improve his game.
It's a real luxury, I guess, to have a player as high-end as him that is comfortable playing on the wing with Kopitar or Janot or Turcotte if you want to bring Turcotte along the more offensive role, or could just as easily slide in the middle. Long term, they want him as a centerman. Kopitar ages out or Janot's contract expires, Byfield has to be ready to take one of those top 6 spots and run with it.
Turcotte to take the draw. His dad, Elfie, a former first-round pick of the Habs back in 1983. Played parts of 3 seasons with Montreal.
It's money on the board. Whatever the connection is, it's money on the board. And that's how an dressing room operates. But Byfield, they have a slow start. Shook up last night, left the game briefly with the hand jammed into the glass. But it has not been smooth sailing, even though the Kings are 500 through 4 games. I don't think is exactly how they wanted to get here, especially the last couple of games. 8 goals against Ottawa, 6 against Toronto against.
Kopitar in the corner for Byfield. Up top, Spence. Across Gavrikov. Wrist shot hits Slafkovsky, and that's into row 3 for a souvenir.
Second block by Slafkovsky. And part of the maturity of his game in his own end is understanding, okay, where do I got to be to pressure, to support, and when in need be, block shots. Not fun, but Slafkovsky has done it a couple times to get in front of pucks and help out the defense.
And 4 points early in the season for your eyes, Slafkovsky. Shots 5-0. Montreal with the last little span overall. The shots are 10-5 in favor of the Kings. So Montreal starting to fire with that 1-0 lead. Obviously Montembeault's been the story. Here's Suzuki. He'll rip it in. Riddick out to settle it down. David Riddick high off the glass. Bounces to Deneau. Checked by Suzuki. Up for Fiala. Fiala over the blue line. Drops. Spence. Waits. Goes down low. Fiala swings it in front. Good chance to know, but I think Doc got to his stick in time. Gavrikov in. And that shot never got through. Hits Slafkovsky.
3 blocks for him in the first period. Piling up the stats.
For what it's worth, early on, Montreal second in the NHL in block shots.
You know what that means, buddy. Yes, they're willing, but yes, they're in their own end a lot.
Lane Hudson brings it in. Throws to space. Doc will pick it up. Kirby Doc fighting off Clark. Checked by Mikey Anderson. In comes Armia. Armia driving play in front. Yoel Armia had it, and he lost it. Good power move, but couldn't get the shot away. Phil Deneau the other way. He'll hit more towards the net off a skate of Deneau, and cleaned up by Kirby Doc. He's on the move for Montreal. Doc over the line with Newhook. Cutting in. Kirby Doc did everything but get the shot away. He was tied up enough. Doc, Fiala in the corner. Here comes Brant Clark. Habs control. David Savard for Xhekaj. Back to Savard. Savard winds up. Shot never got through. Arber Xhekaj holds it in. That hit the skate of Lewis, but Montreal able to respond and control. Arber Xhekaj at center. He'll wait and then releases. Took the hit from Janot. Tough customer in his own right. Tanner Janot and Arber Xhekaj both out of the ice. Heineman in deep. In comes Dvorak with Kapanen. Andre Lee can't clear. Anderson pins his man. Lee able to chip it into the corner. That one trickles down the ice, and it will be icing charged against LA.
Venom, The Last Dance. Marty St. Louis working the gum as he always does. And I think, focusing on the defensive side of the game is what he will be doing for the Canadians. And even though he's in the Hall of Fame because of his great numbers, Marty was an excellent defensive player. So I think trying to get that mentality established where you want to attack, but you want to do it smartly. And that's where the Habs bumped into some issues this year.
Well, it was your topic, Mike, off the top. It was his topic this morning at Morning Skate.
Yeah.
Team defense, playing the right way and doing it for 60 minutes, not having those mental lapses.
The first 5-6 were not great, but the last 7-8 have been much better if they settled in. And sometimes you need your goalie to get you through some tough stretches. Montembeault did that.
Montreal controls off the draw. Barrett, wrister, good shot. Slafkovsky towards the net, hit the side of the pipe. Slafkovsky, Suzuki, chipping at it for Caulfield. Suzuki, off a skate, up to Matheson. Mike Matheson throws it on net. That was knocked down by Clark, but not out. Matheson picks it up. Backdoor feed, a hit with it. Caulfield picks it up. Good pressure here by Montreal. Suzuki. Barrett walks the line. Cole Caulfield has an assist in the game. Suzuki. Give and go with Barrett. Backhand. Oh, Riddick got a piece. Lovely pay, and Suzuki couldn't cash in.
Taking advantage of Jeannot without a stick. Smart offensive sequence.
Slafkovsky bats the stick out of the way. Kings desperate for a clear. And Barrett, able to hold it in briefly anyways. Finally, Jeannot has it at center. Jeannot will drift one in. That allows LA to get a change in.
Good shift. Secondary possessions on puck retrievals. First line doing a good job for Montreal.
Under 3 to go, first period. 1-0 Montreal. The goal by Barron. Assist to Caulfield and Suzuki. Josh Anderson. Round the boards. Picked up by Hudson. Hudson. Little shimmy shake for Goulet. Goulet in. Shoots. And that was knocked down in front. Goulet also rewarded with his contract extension. And nice numbers for him. 4 points to start his campaign, including a goal. There's Hudson. He'll bring it in. Tried the backhand pass. Vogel picked it off. You wondered, he had his appendix taken out. Didn't have a lot of time before the season, but he did not miss a beat. Caden Goulet. Good hustle. Barron held his own. Anderson.
Way more assertive by Barron in his first period.
Steal Armia towards the net. Riddick stopped it. Armia's got it back. To your point, a nice period for Justin Barron. Under 2 to go. Laferriere. Back check Armia. Kopitar. That feed hit Kirby Dach to Jones for his shot, and a quick glove with Byfield right there. Snagged by Montembeault. Montembeault has been very sharp. 11 saves and counting on this Thursday.
Their first line has been on the ice for the 1-goal for, and Nick Suzuki's been on the ice every single game he's been a Montreal Canadian, has yet to miss a game in his career, and that is impressive stuff. Third longest Ironman streak in the league right now, and it's not like he doesn't get around the front of the net in high traffic areas. A little give and go by Barron here, and Riddick makes a nice save on the blocker side for Nick Suzuki. That's good defense leading to good offense and possession in the offensive zone. Montreal has been craving cycle offensive zone possession as the crowd and the bench acknowledge David Savard's 800th game. Pretty nice gesture by everyone. Robert Jacquet's like, hang on, it's my 100th. Where's mine?
He is a popular guy in the room, and a lot of praise for him. As that shot scored! Tipped in front off the blast from the far point, and the Kings with a minute 40 to go. The shot from Mikey Anderson. We're tied up at 1.
Clean loss. The face-off circle, you touched on it. Montreal has not been great in that regard. They bring out Dvorak because he's a left-handed player. Kind of a scrum draw, but Kempe keeps it alive, and then Montembeault just doesn't see it between Byfield and Gouli slashing through his eyes. He can't locate the high riser. Does that actually catch the backside of Gouli as well? Just a hair? Maybe a little slight change of the, maybe not. Either way, on a scrum draw in your own end late in the period, you got to find a way to make it harder to get clean possession for the Kings, who are rewarded with lots of chances finally get one past Montembeault.
Off a clean face-off win, Mikey Anderson is first of the season, so 2 defensemen with the goals. Barron and Anderson. That shot, Gouli never found its way through. Caulfield taken down. Anderson. That pass behind Adrian Kempe. He finds it, gets it back to Anderson, streaking in. Kopitar. That shot hit Suzuki's stick, went wide as Gouli's lost his stick. Takes one from Slafkovsky. Gavrikov. That shot towards the net, and Kempe, the screen, Montembeault will hold that down.
Kempe was looking for the back heel there, right in front, which you are allowed to do. Redirected on purpose if you're not kicking it. And Montembeault goes right back to fighting through traffic on a point shot. The Kings have historically been a volume shooting team. They don't mind putting pucks on net, and that's what they do for the goal. Kempe gets it back. It's just D to D and try to work to get in front of the net. And even if you're not screening, as Byfield sort of was, you're dragging the defensive players across the net as well. They're screening even though it's unintentional. And Mikey Anderson, who's been thrust almost into what? The #1 defensive position with Drew Doughty out with a broken ankle, gets the big goal.
Here's Brian Clark. Moore. Around the boards. Fiala there. Kings keep it in. Comes right to Lane Hudson. He'll glove it down and send it. Tried to find Dvorak. I don't know if Dvorak saw the pass. Puck at center. Deneau lost it. Good job, Dvorak. Stole it. Here's Heineman, some space. Emil Heineman, wrist shot. And again, for the second time, Riddick doesn't look comfortable, but he did make the save.
Big save, Dave. He sprawled out us. He takes one away from Heineman. We talked about Heineman's 2 best assets, right? Speed and shot. So pop through, slash through that open ice, and then if you're going to get closed off, trust that you can score from the top of the circle. You know, not a lot of players would it be a good idea to shoot that puck, but he can, and he challenged Riddick and then got tangled up after going past the net. But he's got to find himself in that situation as often as possible, and if he does, Heineman will be just fine.
Came to Montreal, the Tyler Toffoli deal. Lane Hudson shakes off his check towards the net, looking for the tip, and Evans did get a touch, but it's out of play with 26.7 to go here in this first period and a 1-1 tie.
You cannot check Lane Hudson at the offensive blue line. You can't. At this point, it's already reputational where guys sort of, Trevor Moore is an incredible skater and defensive player. Hesitation, head fake, lateral movement, and then drift one in for Evans to tip. Like, that is beautiful stuff, and it's already getting to the point where guys are not attacking him because they fear his feet.
Chipped up the right side. Hudson is back. Paired up with Gouli tonight. Gouli playing his offside, as he's done multiple times in his young career. Spence loves that down. Away from Gallagher. Right to Hudson. 10 seconds left in the period. Josh Anderson slams it in. Here's Gallagher. First to the puck. Gallagher swept it towards the net. That was intercepted. Knocked down at center. So through 20 minutes of play, 2 defensemen on the board. It's Barron, and the answer for Mikey Anderson.
Barron had a good period. Montembeault had a very good period. Montreal will try to build on the positive. Couple good turnover chances, but clean it up defensively. Be right in this game.
Glad you're with us for Molson Canadiens hockey on TSN in a 1-1 tie. Your intermission is next with Laura, Cheryl, and Kenzie. Glad you're along on this Thursday night.
On TSN, we'll be back on Tuesday when the Canadiens are back at home, kicking off a pair of games at the Bell Center. First team in will be the Rangers, and we've got this one kicking off at 7 Eastern, 8 Atlantic on TSN in the Habs region. Now let's hear from Mr. 800, David Savard, standing by with Kenzie.
Thanks, Laura. David, first things first, chances at either end, both teams finding the back of the net. What stood out to you in the first period?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously they had a couple tough games, so we knew they were going to come out. I think they're playing a simple game, put in deep, put in pressure, and we got to find a way to get in their zone a little bit more. But obviously, it's nice to be tied right now.
Let's break down Justin Barron. I mean, here's a guy who has that offensive style to his game, but he's been working so hard on playing well defensively. To see him get a goal here tonight, just what do you think that means to him?
Yeah, I mean, it always feels good, and he's been working really hard. He's been playing well for us, so obviously it's nice to get one, and we'll keep cheering on.
For yourself here, the crowd gave you a good hurrah there for your 800th game. What did that moment mean to you?
No, it's great. Obviously to be at home for that game, it's special for me, and it's we'll try to get the win. It would be nice for me.
Best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Cheryl?
Well, when I listen to that, I'm just looking at it going, it's pretty incredible when you think about this game in particular. And right near the end of that period, they did give up that goal. But the one thing that I did like was the sustained pressure of the Caulfield, Suzuki, Slav line, that high cycle. And that is integral as part of their game to have sustained ozone pressure, open up the middle and to attack it. And they worked on it in practice the other day, and it really came out. They need more of that to generate offense.
1-1 game, but lots to talk about there from that first period. First and foremost being the play of Sam Montembeault, and something MJ and Brian were really talking about was, you want to see him sharp, you want to see him playing well, but man, the defense has got to clean some stuff up a little bit there. And obviously he's got a short memory because he put that Pittsburgh game right in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, he really did. And he's been fantastic, hasn't he? I mean, he's kept them in games, and it's the timeliness of the saves that he does make. And you mentioned it, LD. It's about the lack of coverage. Anytime that puck goes low below the goal line, you got to know where the slot coverage is. You got to communicate. It's exactly what needs to happen. You have to be aware. But don't worry, because the guy in the 4x6 was taking care of business. And listen, it's the quality of shot and save that you have to make, right? And they're timely. They keep you in a game. They let you settle in. And that's exactly what the Canadians did as the game went on.
Blue Liners, defenseman, kind of the story as well in that first period. 2 goals, both coming from the blue line. We heard David Savard talking about his teammate Justin Barron, and perfect time for him not only to pick up his first goal of the season, but his first point of the season as well.
Yeah, and for Justin Barron, anytime you're in that 5-6 hole in terms of defense, you got to fight for your ice time. When you've got the likes of players behind you like Struble, Reinbacher will be coming back, Mailloux, but I love the way he jumps into the offense here, right? Doesn't get it deep, holds the side because he knows he may have to be protecting that, says, hey, we've got possession. I'm going to get to the pocket. Look what he does. He gets to that pocket, little inside-out fake, draws coverage low. You can see that he's got Caulfield there on that far side as well, little head fake, but instead he decides to wrap, recognizing that weak side post is now available, and he puts it in. That's nice for him. He's also had 2 hits, 2 shots on net, 3 shots against the Penguins, so certainly starting to elevate his game.
Montreal happy, finally getting a goal against LA. March of 2023, that was the last time they scored a goal against the LA Kings. So here we are at 1-1. Before the game got underway, you were mentioning that third line, and in particular the play of Josh Anderson, that tenacity. Did you see more of that in the first period from him?
I did, and I do like it, MJ. I like it a lot, and the reason I like it a lot, I'm going to show you. You know it. Putting a tracker on him here. He bumps it back, right? Patience. Now he says, I'm going to get on my horse because this is my money, and whenever there's an anchor, you know that you got to come towards that anchor. That's exactly what he does as Gallagher puts it in deep, and he's on the hunt. Now all of a sudden he's able to have that power move, wide stance, and drive the net. Again, on the forecheck, heavy. This is what he's doing. He's separating player from puck, and guess what? It's going to be Gallagher get into that slot. He had 4 slot shots in the game against Pittsburgh, but you're starting to see that connectedness between them. One is on the puck, the other one's in and around it, looking to jump to the open puck. It's really like the way that they're working together.
All right, well, when our intermission continues here on Molson Canadiens Hockey on TSN, Brian will have some company in the booth as Jeff Gorton, the Executive VP of those Montreal Canadiens, joins us next. are going to be nights where it definitely shows. We saw that against Pittsburgh back on Monday against the Penguins. Sometimes it feels like it's one step forward, two steps back, but that's what a rebuild is all about. And there are a lot of things and a lot of positives that have already happened for this Montreal Canadiens team in the early goings of this season. Let's get you over to Brian now, who's joined by Jeff Gordon, Executive VP of Hockey Operations.
Jeff, as always, thanks for your time. A lot of excitement to start the season. Samuel Montembeault has played some amazing hockey, especially the shutout versus the Leafs. But I have to ask you first about Lane Hudson. Dynamic young player. I mean, he gets this place buzzing all the time. Could you ever imagine when you took him in the second round, the player that he's become today?
I mean, if I said that and then we took 3 players before him, I'd probably be, people said I was lying. But for sure, he's a player that our scouts liked a lot and thought he could do great things and be a really good player in this league. But to do it so quickly and come in and have the buzz that he has, I don't think anybody could have predicted that one.
All right, now listen, Gortz, I'm happy you're here because you're a TV star now.
Yes.
So I spent a good Sunday watching all the Crave TV, the rebuild show. What was that like for you? And the dynamic between you and Kent, where you're sort of the calm one, he's more excitable. What was that like watching yourself back and going through that process?
I'm glad you said I'm the calm one because it's pretty obvious, right? So especially when we're going over a bridge. No, it's been fun. Like we always kind of joke, like it could be, is this going to be a nuisance for our team? What's this going to be like? But for the most part, they blend in really well. And when the final result comes out, I know all the players are watching too. So just like we are, so it's fun. It's kind of fun to watch it now. While you're going through it, you're like, oh, how's this going to come out? But it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's come out really nice. Yeah. Really nice.
Jeff, can you take us back to the draft? It was so exciting. You're picking 5, and then you see how things shake down, and Demidov is available at 5. Can you just take us through maybe your thought process and what was going through your mind at the table?
Well, obviously a player we coveted and really liked and thought would fit in really well with our team. So you never know if he's going to fall, how it's going to play out. But the day leading up to that, the 2 days leading up to that, we started hearing that it might happen. It's a possibility, so which became exciting. And obviously, we had Celine make the pick, which makes it even more exciting too. So a great day, and hopefully we see him sooner than later.
And so Michael Hage too goes in the first round. He's off to a great start at Michigan as well. How often are you watching these young men and talking to these young men as their seasons progress?
Yeah, I think with the prospects, I mean, we're fans too. We're watching everything they're doing. Michael's obviously off to a really good start, which excites us. Down the middle, to have a player like that that can skate like that, and to be a freshman, a young kid like that, over a point a game right away, it's exciting. So we're watching everything they're doing, just like the fans.
Now, Gortz, you've been here almost 3 years. It's gone quickly. And when you came in, you talked about maybe upgrading and changing, whether it's analytics, whether it's player health and science, whatever it is. Do you have the organization now scouting in a position that you want it to kind of be in? You always want to improve, but a better position now going forward.
I think we do. I think, like you said, all those areas we've added. We've done some things with our medical staff. Listen, we want to make the players as comfortable as possible. We want them to feel like we're taking care of all those things so they can only worry about playing on the ice. And I think we've done that.
Kirby Dach injured last year, but you guys really still brought him into the fabric of your team. I know, so unfortunate, Laine, Reinbacher. I'm just curious, how are those 2 young men doing, and how do you continue to engage them to make them feel part of Montreal?
Yeah, I mean, credit to Marty. He's the one that's having them in the meetings. We're doing power play behind the scenes. He's got them in there with the coaches. And Laine's got a lot of opinions, as you might imagine, a skill guy might have. And so it's been great. I think you have to do those things to keep these players that are going to be out for a while engaged. We've made a number of adjustments to our systems we're trying to go through, so it only makes sense for these guys to be in there. For David Reinbacher, he's going to be out a little bit longer, so we're trying to do our best to keep him engaged as much as possible.
And finally, really quickly, were you upset the Americans didn't select you for the President's Cup in Montreal? Could have been a late pick.
That was an amazing thing. I love that whole event. But if you saw my golf game, I would never have been selected.
We really appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this, and good luck this season.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Yeah.
All right, well, Montreal, not the only Canadian team in action tonight. Up next, we'll show you how the Canucks and the Sens are faring in their games going on right now. Panthers, and it was Teddy Bluger opening the scoring for Vancouver, but it's Mackie Samoskevich with a wraparound pass to Jesper Boqvist. Samoskevich with his first career NHL point on the play. 1-1 your score after one. And sticking in the state of Florida, Knights and Lightning 5 minutes in. Mark Stone drops a pass for Braden McNabb. Stone on a heater, already with his 7th assist and 9th point in the first 5 games of the season. This one also tied 2-2 after 20. The Sens and the Devils, no score after one as well. As we look at our first period summary for this one between the Kings and the Canadiens, Cole Caulfield picking up an assist on Justin Barron's goal. It's his first assist of the season, and his 5 points now leads the team in scoring. Let's get you back to Montreal and Brian and MJ.
Laura, there is great competition. A lot of young blue liners for the Montreal Canadiens, including that young man. We know that Jaden Struble is healthy. He can return to the lineup whenever he gets an opportunity, and that means the players that are playing right now, they want to step up. And Barron, he stepped up.
When you shuffle the deck on defense, you get paired up with Mike Matheson. That is a top 4 defensive opportunity for Justin Barron. They want him to use his feet. They want him to pass the puck, be aggressive, and be smart. He did exactly that, just under 7 minutes. Good workload for him, but making plays in the offensive zone smartly. Something that Marty St. Louis and all the organization is after. And that was a good first period for Barron. Now you got to follow it up, be consistent for the next 40.
Barron, his first of the season. Mikey Anderson, his first. Underway second period. Here's Caden Gooley. He got crunched hard by Kempe. And Gooley, slow to get up, right in front of his own bench.
Staying on the ice is Gooley, grabbing his stick. It was an awkward fall. They weren't going particularly fast. Gooley was trying to get to the center line. Kempe spun him around and he fell awkwardly, sort of face first, arms up. And you see his reaction to seeing Kempe. Boy, good to be young and limber, because that kind of hit, a lot of things can go bad. Collarbone, shoulders, dislocations. It looks like he's going to be fine. Going to be forced off the ice because they blew the whistle as he stayed down, but looks like he's going to be fine.
Caden Gooley, a goal, 4 points already on this young season. Such a key player going forward for Montreal Canadiens fans and the coaching staff. Kent Hughes, Jeff Gorton. We appreciate Jeff Gorton's time up in the broadcast booth.
He's a personal guy. Let's talk hockey.
Lane Hudson, burst of speed. He'll bring it in. Hudson in deep, tries to chip it for Suzuki. In comes Slafkovsky. Turnover at the line, but Anderson able to recover, send it to the right side. There's Quinton Byfield. Byfield checked by Savard. Savard pokes it away, centering feed intended for Deneau, and just held in. Good job by Caleb Jones. He sends one off a stick, and that'll hit the netting and out of play here at the Bell Center.
Montreal probably want to get off to a better start in the second period and not rely on that guy, Sam Montembeault, quite as much. He was busy early on. Good news, best news of the night, Caden Gooley right back out there. Just a little shaken up, but not injured at all for his collision with Adrian Kempe.
Comes in, 18 blocks, second in the National Hockey League. Evans, Deneau line up. Jake Evans will win that one. High flip to center. Anderson and Brant Clark picked up by Evans, cutting in, sends it across, but right on the stick of Deneau. Kevin Fiala the other way with Trevor Moore. Fiala takes contact. Moore in deep for the Kings. Checked by Barron. Creating some space is Phil Deneau. He'll start the play. Jones sends it across. Nice little move cutting in. Wrist shot. As that shot right on again. Montembeault. Another save.
And Montembeault turns to the side. We got sirens going off. We got horns going off. But that was better defensive zone coverage. Montreal sorted out patiently. Now you don't want Brant Clark to be able to dance around Josh Anderson, but no real threats there. No breakdowns. Frank Clark is a slick defenseman with the puck. We saw him work wonders in the World Juniors a few years ago. He's going to be a really important player for a long time for the LA Kings. And McKeon would have had a good time playing in Ottawa a few nights ago. As the officials are checking that tape job on his stick, buddy. So he's got it's like a one-piece stickum. You don't tape it like traditionally a roll tape. It's like a little bit of grip tape on there.
LaFerriere for Turcotte, below the goal line. Try to feed it back. Turcotte picks it up. Lays it up top. Spence, wrister tip, score! The high tip and beautiful hands from Alex LaFerriere, and the Kings have the 2-1 lead.
No chance for Montembeault. That tip is so tough for goaltenders. As Ferrier just drifts out to the high slot, and if you're Jack-Eye, that's your guy. You got to get on his stick. At that, it's hard because he's so far away, but you have to at least make it hard that he can't wave at it cleanly. Players are too good. If you leave them untouched, they'll be able to tip the puck more often than not. And Ferrier gets a piece, tips it down, and through Montembeault.
They come again. LaFerriere comes again, blocked by Jack-Eye. As LaFerriere already with 3 on the season for him, his 4th point. And a 2-1 Kings lead. Oliver Kapanen up ahead, Dvorak with Heineman. Dvorak weaves in, wrist shot, and in the pads of Riddick, and he will hold.
Turcotte continues his good run, picking up no offense for a guy who was really high, 5th overall. LaFerriere, but just stays on line. Spence in his first game. Jack-Eye's right there. He's just got to reach his stick out, just chop down on LaFerriere's when the puck's coming towards it, and make it so he can't get a piece, and it's an easy save. But good hand-eye for the Harvard man. A couple years at Harvard, joining the LA Kings.
And Spence, born in Australia, moved as a teenager to Prince Edward Island. When the Kings were down under, pretty cool to play some exhibition hockey a couple seasons ago.
If you're picking guys with Australians, not a lot of options to go to. What teams are going to go to play down in Sydney? Melbourne. Actually played where the Australian Open tennis tournament was played. Rod Laver Arena outside.
Mikey Anderson, far point. He'll jam it in. Byfield goes to work. Nice move around Gooley, but Gooley gets some help from Caulfield. Gooley, though, gave it away again. Byfield, strong stick. Kempe, Byfield. He'll delay around the boards. Up for Mikey Anderson, who has a goal in this game. Just holds it onside. Pass across Kempe. Trying to track that down. He'll jam it down low. Picked up by Savard. Savard for Gooley. Off the boards. All the way down the ice. Slavkovsky trying to step in. And he was closed off by Lewis. Cole Caulfield. Quickly for Barron. He'll wrist it in. Around the boards. That's reversed for Trevor Lewis. Barron met him there. Gallagher finishing his check. Gavrikov, he's hit by Jake Evans. Andre Lee trying to clear. Held in, here's Evans. Anderson goes to the net. Josh Anderson right on, and Riddick again squeezing and makes the save.
That's a good full 5-man unit forechecking sequence for the Montreal Canadiens that results in Josh Anderson getting an opportunity, but it's multiple layers, both sides, defense coming down, sealing the wall, forwards retreating in good puck support position, attack in the middle of the ice when the puck's turned over. A lot of good things to end up with that shot from Josh Anderson, forcing Riddick to make the save.
Riddick had pretty good numbers last year, Dave. 13-6-3 at 215 goals against. Here's Hudson, trying to shake off Spence. He'll throw it in. Englund. Quickly for Lee. Lee throws it cross ice. Spence picks it up in stride. He'll work it in deep. In comes Evans to help defensively. Arbor Jack-Eye into the corner. He'll pin Jeannot. Jeannot, Jack-Eye battle. Englund trying to put it on side in the halves, trying to break out of numbers. Here's Anderson. Josh Anderson. He'll stop. Works it by Englund. Down low for Evans. Jake Evans. to the line. Lane Hudson creating some space. Hudson for Anderson towards the net. A weak shot. And Spence got in the way. Picked up by Evans. They'll swing it across. Nobody home. There's Jackeye. Arbor Jackeye using the boards. In for Gallagher. He's paddling Lewis.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty on Lewis for scraping the helmet off Gallagher on purpose. That should be a penalty. Oh, they're going to get him maybe.
Arbor Jackeye shoots. Gallagher's got to get the helmet on or get off the ice.
Because with the new rule, Brian, that you have to change when your helmet comes off, players are taking advantage by scraping guys' helmets off.
61, minor penalty, roughing, remove the opponent's helmet.
And there it is, Eric Furlat right on it from the neutral zone, same vantage point as me, reacting the same way. It was a good battle in front between Gallagher and Lewis, two veterans going at it. But Lewis loses position, what's he do? He scrapes the helmet off. Bang on, right call by Furlat. Now, Gallagher is allowed to finish the play. And this is a gray area, but like this puck right here, he's considering finishing the play, and then you can change. You don't have to just immediately bolt. Kopitar wanted to have a little explanation there, but I think Gallagher was okay. Montreal to the power play on a good call.
And Lane Hudson,
first unit,
is out there on the first power play unit. Doc, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Caulfield, and number 48. Danault, Suzuki. Suzuki into the corner. That clearing attempt hit Kirby Doc. Phil Danault able to clear. Montreal's got to get back on side, allowing LA to send that down the ice.
There's going to be a hooking penalty coming up to Montreal right here. That was short-lived. Kirby Doc heading in the box for a hook.
Montreal penalty number 77, 2 minutes for hooking.
Oh, that's tough. 13 seconds into the power play. Kirby Doc battling for the puck along the boards, gets caught on a hook. And a very abbreviated PP goes to waste. And again, good intentions, absolutely unnecessary. You have the power play. Move your feet or let him go. Suzuki's up right beside him as well. Puck is just going to end up going down the ice regardless.
Danault, Suzuki, and Suzuki gets him that time as he wins the draw. As those two would have went head-to-head in practice. I'm sure Suzuki probably took a few pointers back in the day from Phil Danault at Brossard. 4-on-4 hockey, and here it's Nick Suzuki. Jammed it off Moore down the ice. Suzuki in on Anderson. Trevor Moore. Mikey Anderson for Danault. Danault, backdoor feed. There's Moore just by his stick. Caulfield checks in. Cole Caulfield able to take it away. Justin Barrett for Suzuki. Picked up by Hudson at center.
Oh, nice.
There's Lane Hudson. Always gets the crowd buzzing at the Bell Center. Hudson works it across. Savard drops. Evans down low. Caulfield spins away. Another move on Danault. Gooley jumps on the ice. Caden Gooley. He'll hesitate. Lost the handle. And he'll have to bring it back to center. Evans leaves. Wanted Newhook. He was stripped. Fiala quickly. Byfield space in. And that high shot missed. Chip to the right side for Evans with Newhook. Evans off the boards. In comes Newhook on Jones. Caleb Jones trying to shake him off, and he will. Spence for Fiala. Just 10 seconds remaining of 4-on-4 in the Kings, a short power play. Shots 14-12 in favor of LA in a 2-1 game. LaFerriere has the go-ahead goal. Jacka, Kapanen, wrist shot wide. Oliver Kapanen back to work. Kapanen battles in the corner. Good job with the puck. He'll spin away using the boards. Up for Hudson. Hudson, little dish to Jacka. Arbor Jacka. 5-on-5 hockey as Doc's out of the box. Spence, he's hemmed in. In comes Emil Heineman. Turnover. But the Kings able to recover, and look out, Kempe. Hudson's got to get back. Kempe. What a check by Lane Hudson. Helmet off, but he checked Kempe out of the play.
Nicely done. Taking away the space in front of Kempe. Let him skate right into you. Doesn't matter if you're smaller or lighter. Get to the right spots.
Well, that'll have Jeff Gorton smiling. Nice little defensive move there from Lane Hudson.
was an awkward spot against a dangerous offensive player. Hudson had to pivot, play it going forward, not backward, and now you just stop. And not picture perfect, a little bit unconventional, but you make him skate right in your hips, up and over, and no chance whatsoever. Good job getting his arm out, protect his head down to the ice. And Hudson showing how it's done, old school, like an old school hip check. Rob Blake would be smiling.
Turnover, Suzuki, he tried to chip it through there for Slafkovsky, who went to the front of the net. Suzuki continues to dig. Comes to Clark. Another strong rookie for the Kings. He's got 4 assists this season. Centering feed broken up. And a stick shattered again as Gouli without a stick. LaFerriere across. One-time drive high. As again, Slafkovsky gave his stick away. Second time he's done that in the game. There's Clark. Works it across. Gavrikov into traffic. LaFerriere picks it up. LaFerriere has a goal in the game. Up top, Clark winds up, and that hit a body, went wide. Fogle. Space closed off there, courtesy Barron. And again, Slafkovsky doing all he can without the stick. Kings able to keep it onside. Gouli tries to check LaFerriere, but LaFerriere's got the puck. Turcotte in front, tried to find him. Turcotte behind the net. Alex Turcotte sauces into the glove as Gavrikov right on, but Montembeault able to settle things down for Montreal here in the second. Kings able to battle back, and they lead here on Bell Center Ice.
Habs fans are captivated by Lane Hutson's game, especially when he uses the head fake to escape pressure. When I asked Lane about the origins of the move, he said, well, having grown up with 3 brothers and always competing against them, he had to learn new moves. Lane is the second oldest to Quinn. Cole is 20 years old, and then Lars is the youngest at 15. Cole and Quinn right now are teammates at Boston University, where they combined for 6 points in 2 games.
And Kenzie, Lane Hutson over 13 minutes of ice time and maybe a bit more because Mike Matheson is not on the bench right now for the Montreal Canadiens. So you wonder if, that's why Lane Hutson got a little bit of PP one time. We'll try to update you on the status of Mike Matheson. Here's Hudson. Swings it to the left side. Gallagher the touch. In comes Josh Anderson. He'll speed in. Hit by Englund. Anderson reverses through the legs for Jake Evans. 9 minutes gone, second period, 2-1 Kings. Savard will pinch in. Savard, backhand dish. Anderson throws it off the backboards. Try to get it to Evans. Evans hit by Englund. They both go down. Anderson chips for Gallagher. Gallagher, Anderson cuts in, shoots, and a piece by Riddick. He got enough. Evans playing pass with Gallagher. Hudson. Hudson taken down, but Anderson back defensively. He'll find Savard. Savard up the right side. Newhook trying to use his speed. He'll stop. Newhook up top. Arber Xhekaj wrist shot, and Riddick, the shoulder stop there. Here's Fiala, some speed up the right wing. He's got more, cutting in more, and just off his stick as Xhekaj might have interrupted him just enough getting back. Bouncing puck, swatted down by Armia. Newhook, a little bit of runway, and Newhook draws a penalty. Caleb Jones, interference, Jones to the box, and Montreal back on the power play. 9:57 to go here in this second period.
That's how you move your feet. That's how you use your speed to put pressure on the defense. Alex Newhook doing a really good job chipping and chasing, putting Montreal on the power play. We come back. Montreal back to the power play. They just had one, but took a penalty 13 seconds into it. See if they can go longer this time as Caleb Jones gets caught for interference. You chip it early so that the defender can't touch you. Newhook puts it behind Jones. Jones skates into his path. Collision, obvious interference, and Montreal back to the power play. Now, the Kings were second in the league last year at penalty kill, 84% plus. They've given up 6 power play goals in the last 2 games. So something for Montreal to try to exploit right here.
And again, if you're just joining us, no Mike Matheson. So that man Hudson running the top power play. Lane Hudson. Little move on Danault for Doc. Kirby Doc. That hit Gavrikov's stick. And right to Danault. Bill Danault to the right side. Moore takes the shot from Hudson. Hudson will pick up the puck. Lane Hudson drops it back. Here's the captain, Suzuki. Nick Suzuki for Doc. Suzuki around the boards. Caulfield picks it up in stride. Caulfield, Suzuki. Creating some time and space. Nick Suzuki. Bill delay down low. Slavkovsky. Stand on the pass. It was checked by Mikey Anderson. In comes Warren Foegele. And that tie but stays in play. Gavrikov for Byfield. Quinton Byfield winding up the speed. He's got Foegele with him. Byfield again towards the net, and the stick save, Montembeault. And the pass behind Suzuki. Right to Andreas Englund. He'll hesitate and feed Kempe. Kempe delays in front, backdoor feed, and he had Trevor Lewis teed up. And Kapanen lifted his stick in time. 40 seconds left of the minor penalty. Oliver Kapanen. Newhook. Look out, nearly turned it over to Kempe. Kempe, nice steal, and kill off some more time. Englund shoots it in. Quick change, there's Danault on the puck first for the Kings. Philip Danault, more wrist shot blocked as Barron blocked that one. Anderson, good hustle to keep it in. Armia leaves for Barron. 10 seconds left in the minor penalty. Here's Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher, he'll skate it in himself. Gets checked by a couple of Kings, but keeps on moving. Newhook into the corner. Out of the box is Jones, 5-on-5, no shots on the power play for Montreal. David Savard from his own zone that bounced off the skate of Heineman. Back to Savard for Barron. Barron for Dvorak. Try to get it to Anderson. Savard again. There's Barron. And still no Matheson, Mike, and he logged so many minutes for the Montreal Canadiens in every situation.
Yeah, it's tough for any team to lose top-flight defensemen, but you're thin and young back there already. It becomes that much more difficult.
Last year, he was top 5 in ice time in the NHL, Mike Matheson, and early in this season, over 25 minutes per game. Savard trying to steal with Heineman. Heineman has the puck. Heineman feeds the line. Dooley, wrist shot tipped. And it was actually Mikey Anderson's stick on it. Suzuki picks it up. Sauces for Savard. Wrist shot. Good shot with Anderson in front, but Riddick made the save. Lee. LaFerriere all alone. In backhand, and he missed wide. Good feed from Lee. In front again, intended for Jeannot. Slafkovsky slams it to Savard as Montreal trying to break away. Caulfield plays it back for David Savard. Chip to center. Slafkovsky poked it ahead right to Englund. Englund nearly gave away to Caulfield. Picked off at the line by Jackeye. Caulfield with Suzuki in front. The backhand try. Suzuki shot. What a stop, Riddick. Point blank on Nick Suzuki in tight. Caulfield drops it off. Hudson towards the net and right through everything. No one got a stick on it. And it comes all the way to center. At the line again and just offside. Lane Hudson with 5:58 to go here in this second period. Shot 16-16. 2-1 game as the captain, Nick Suzuki, a glorious look in front.
Well, the top line for Montreal has had the best looks to try to even the game here. Nick Suzuki, the most recent one. Good keep, and Cole Caulfield starts it all by these little innocent looking play from a tight angle and ends up on Suzuki's stick, and David Riddick fights it off. Now, here's an earlier chance where Gooley's got to recognize he's got Cole Caulfield back there playing defense with him. So when he looks to surf on the breakout pass, he can't know or trust that Caulfield's going to read it properly. Might want to just back up if you're playing a 2-on-2 with a forward. Ferriere misses getting his second of the night.
Suzuki a chance to lead Montreal in scoring for a fourth straight season. A player hasn't done that since Max Pacioretty a number of years back. Such a consistent player, the captain Suzuki, over the years. As that pass comes right to Lane Hudson, he steers it out of harm's way. Yoel Armia for Newhook. Newhook trying to spin around Caleb Jones. Picked up by Clark. Just missing that big hit was Kirby Dach. Newhook. They'll wrist it in. Tough bounce for Riddick. In comes Dach. Newhook on the forecheck. In with Gallagher. LaFerriere taken down. Played for Jones. Jones, Fiala, cross ice. LaFerriere takes a look. He'll shoot it in. Evans first on the puck. In comes Deneau. Moore. He'll pick it up. Trevor Moore in the corner. Trevor Moore. In front. That's drive. Good, quick, straight. Fiala on Montembeault. Moore. Another good steal. Moore gets it back. Trevor Moore on 99 career assists and a pretty nice feed there in that shift earlier as he continues to work with Fiala. Fiala protects. Englund. Deneau. Philip Deneau leaves. Fiala skates it in. Wade shoots, and Montembeault up high. They'll squeeze, keeping Montreal in it with 4:27 to go here in this second period.
Fiala is a handful in the offensive zone. He's just so shifty, one of the better one-on-one players. And as they got deeper into the shift, it becomes harder to defend. You get tired. Trevor Moore, Kevin Fiala going to work. Trevor Moore has really evolved into a nice player for LA Kings. A rare hometown player. Born and raised in Thousand Oaks, California. 31 goals last year for Trevor Moore. He's gone from a checker to a third liner to now a pretty consistent top six guy who can play with players like a Kevin Fiala.
Here's Byfield on the puck, centers, and chipped out of harm's way by Savard, but that blast blocked by Savard again, as that was ripped by Anderson. The other way comes Slafkovsky. He'll drop it off Caulfield. Cole Caulfield try to get that towards the net. A weak shot, never found its way there. Caulfield back to work with Slafkovsky. Caulfield behind the net. Plays at far point Hudson, and that hit Kempe came to Savard, and he'll work it in.
Riddick better watch that wild Johnny Bauer poke check. Billy Smith coming around the net. You get a guy in the skates and knock him over. That's a trip.
There's Slafkovsky waiting, shooting, and that actually hits Suzuki in the skates. Byfield kicks it to a stick. Worked by Slafkovsky. Reaching for it was Caulfield. Played for Kopitar. He takes a look, drops it off. Byfield cuts in, shoots up high, and again, the save Montembeault.
Venom, The Last Dance.
This game is slowed down, which I think is how LA wants to play it. Montreal not giving up a chance. Let's find a way to inject a little bit more pace in their offensive game. David Riddick really had a tough night just last night.
Pass up ahead, racing forward is Dvorak, trying to get there in time. And they'll check Englund. Oliver Kapanen hit by Lewis.
Said Dvorak in very much. Just 5 minutes so far in this time in this game.
Battle continues to the left of Riddick. Dug out by Spence for Jeannot. Backhand feed to Lewis. Lewis fires it in. In comes Andre Lee. Oliver Kapanen, some pace up the left side. Kapanen will bring it in for Montreal. He'll stop. Kapanen lost it. He was checked by Clark. Grant Clark reverses. Jeannot hit by Heineman. Puck available for Arbor Jacki across to Goulet. Goulet swings it on net, deflected. Riddick felt it. It was Kapanen in the screen.
I had no idea. That thing just caught him in the shoulder. Get off the ice. When you're going to the bench, get over the blue line, or go diving into the bench to get off your skates off the ice so you don't get a late offside like that one. Montreal is trying a quick counter on a change. Here's the point shot. Watch Riddick. That hits. Look at it. He's got no idea where the puck is. Could have been hit Clark or hit Kapanen. Oh, I think it hit Kapanen in the glove. Tear him into Riddick.
Here's Yoel Armia. He'll chip and chase around Jones. Plays it around the boards. Picked up by Hudson. Hudson tried to center right to Fogle. Fogle up the right side. He'll poke it in. LaFerriere some speed, but Barron on the puck first. He'll play it up for Armia. Newhook. Engaging on Clark. Grant Clark. Former first-round pick of the LA Kings, as is Turcotte, who's got it right now. Turcotte plays it quickly. LaFerriere drops it off for Fogle. He's watched by Doc. Hudson back. And that shot from the far boards. Montembeault saw it, stopped it.
Sam Montembeault has been a real story for Montreal. We know the first 2 starts were incredible. Yeah, the one in Pittsburgh wasn't his absolute best, but he's been so rock solid as he's grown in his career. It's the same way that Brant Clark is trying to grow into his. It's amazing as you're sort of young in your career, Brant Clark, who is a gifted offensive defenseman, but he's got to learn how to defend well enough so that he can play more often, so he can use those offensive skills.
First D-man taken top 10 in the drafts for the Kings. It's Drew Doughty, who they need back as well if they hope to make a playoff push. And
tough ankle break in preseason, 2 or 3 months, they said, which maybe you'll get him back for December on the new year.
And anyone but the Edmonton Oilers in the first round, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years in a row, Oilers tough. And a lot of people picking them to get back to the Cup final.
And it makes it hard to evaluate your team. I mean, the Oilers have lost to the Stanley Cup champion 3 years in a row. And LA have lost to the Oilers. So, like, is LA a perennial first-round loser? Or are they a team that just bumps up against one of the other best teams in the league?
Here's Anderson with some pace. Got Gallagher. Anderson takes it around the net. That shot so far. Right on as David Savard pitching in. A good look on Riddick. Gallagher back to work. Played to center. Fiala for Moore. Moore over the line. Final minute, Bell Center. Second period and a 2-1 lead for the Kings. Here's Deneau. Round the net. Phil Deneau and Montembeault is taken down.
Fiala got away with one in his last shift after the chance. He kind of skated by and got into the crease area. Some pushing and shoving ensued. No penalty was called. This time, Francois Saint-Laurent is having none of it. Taking Fiala right to the box. And let you get by the last one. Not letting you go with this one. And this won't make the coach happy at all. This is an undisciplined penalty for
Los Angeles,
Fiala.
Number 22, 2 for goaltender interference.
No need. Puck's been saved. You're not going to intimidate anyone by doing this. It's a lack of discipline putting Montreal back on another power play. The little shove, and he cruises on through.
Montreal's power play, Mike, 0 for 3, 1 shot, but what an opportunity. Late stages, second period, a chance to get the equalizer here.
Snap it around with some intention.
Suzuki can't win versus Kopitar, but the puck available, found by Kempe, and he will slash that down the ice.
It was better to start the puck off an offensive zone win.
Lane Hudson, 35 seconds left in the period. Takes a look, drops it back. There's Suzuki. Over the blue line, makes a move, cutting in. He'll flip. There's Kirby Dach. Dach into the corner. Suzuki leaves it. Slafkovsky down. Puck battle. Suzuki finds it up for Hudson. 20 seconds left in the period. Hudson across. Caulfield thought about it. Cole Caulfield. Wrist shot again. Riddick stopped it, but he bobbled it in front. Puck available. Suzuki lets it go. Caulfield finds it. 9 seconds left. Habs got to be quick. Hudson. Far boards. He's taken down. As LaFerriere basically sits on him. And they'll blow it down. 1.2 to go.
Montreal fighting to get the puck, trying to get some clean looks, trying to get the puck to go laterally. Power play's had the puck stuck along the wall and on one side of the ice, which is where the penalty kill wants to keep it. And then Lane Hudson's able to make a nice backhand pass. This is not easy. Not easy at all. Underneath and attacking Adrian Kempe to get it to Cole Caulfield. And that's the pass you need to alleviate pressure and give your team a chance to get some time and space. So now we saw this the other night, Winnipeg pulled their goalie late in the period and were able to score a goal on a pullback one-timer. So Suzuki got to pull it to Slafkovsky. 1.2, there's enough time if it's clean.
We had a goalie goal too, Philip Gustafson. I don't think that Riddick has time, nor do the Habs, as the horn will sound. So 2-1 Mike through 40 minutes of play. Habs got to come back in the third.
They're going to be hard-pressed, LA, trying to play a better defensive game. We're pretty good in that second period, not as many chances on either side. And LA happy to be up 1 after 2.
Intermission coming up next on Molson Canadian Hockey on TSN. Laura, Cheryl, Kenzie standing by. Arvind Basu will join us with his notebook and an update on Mike Matheson's condition. That's next.
Just a game away from being the 2024 WNBA champs. It's game 4 of the finals, New York versus Minnesota. We've got it for you tomorrow night here on TSN. But right now, let's head over to Kenzie, who's standing by with Brendan Gallagher.
Brendan, I kind of want to start with the play of Samuel Montembeault. Some high-quality chances coming his way tonight. Just what can you say about the performance he's putting together?
He's been great all year. You know, we gotta limit the chances against, but certainly it's nice to have a guy back there who can bail you out like he has been doing. So we appreciate it, but it's on us to give us less.
Playing well here at the start of the season for yourself, hounding pucks, finding the front of the net. Do you feel like you're playing to your identity so far this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think our line as a whole, playing to our strengths. I think we're all smart enough players to understand that. I think we're keeping it simple when the time comes. You make a play, but we're playing to our strengths. Playing behind their D, and it's been effective.
You'll kick off this third period on the power play. So in this intermission, will you look to make a few changes here on special teams?
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about it for sure. It's a big opportunity here to tie the game. So it'll be a big emphasis. Hopefully we can come out and get one. If not, get some momentum and find a way to have this be our best period.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Alex Laferriere scoring just a minute 37 into that second period. That is the difference here as the Kings, the visitors, with the 2-1 lead over Montreal. What did you like from that second period for the Canadians, Cheryl?
Well, there was a sequence there for a few shifts that I really liked, the offensive zone pressure, and that was coming off of the third line. Just the way that they were hounding the puck, but in transition, they got to good defensive spots that kept the play alive. You see Evans with the hit here, but this is key. Anderson coming down from above the option, so now he's closing, but Gallagher says, man, I better get in behind for some coverage here, but you got all of LA on one side of the ice, and guess who pops to the coverage? It's Anderson, who's able to get a shot off. Again, through the neutral zone here, little pop play. He recognizes, listen, this is a great stick on puck, so I'm going to delay, draw two, work the puck low. Now you can extend the zone, work it low to high. Now this is where I would like to see a high cycle. So instead of being static on the outside and just working on the perimeter, you want that motion, that movement to be able to attack the middle of the ice, but certainly really liked that third line through those few shifts.
Cheryl, this is your first Montreal Canadiens game of the season for us here on TSN. I've been dying to hear your thoughts on Lane Hutson, the former defender, talking about this up-and-coming defenseman.
Well, if there's any clue to how long this pack is, how much I've enjoyed watching him play, listen, it would have been Caden Gooley for me last game against Pittsburgh. But let's talk about this. Just recognizing that both of the forecheckers were below the option, threw it, and then recognized they could beat them to space. So now he's on entry. I love that cross-ice dump as well, knowing where the pressure is. Look at that. Left, right, shoulder check. That is beautiful for a D, recognizing where the ice is. I think he wants to get speed underneath the puck because he knows he can get to the middle of the ice and use left or right. He's going to use his edges here. He can manipulate the blue line. That's one of his gifts. But how about the spacing coming back high above the blue line to be an option? You got to like this one. Yeah. Not a big frame, but getting the hip out there. You heard MJ talk about it. Again, trying to play big. He plays with his feet, deception. And this is such a tough play. To manipulate, to be able to move it to your backhand that quickly. He's just working the ice so effectively for such a young defender.
So here are the Canadians down a goal heading into the third. What do you want to see from them in this final period?
Well, once they get in, I think they have to cycle that puck. I think they've got to keep that motion really moving. And that was something that we saw at the end of the first period. We thought they did a real nice job of it with that top line. And this is what I mean. So you're on the perimeter, and now all of a sudden you start moving through lanes. Now all of a sudden you can see as you come walking high, you're running a little bit of interference, and there's the exchange right there. Work it low. Once you draw someone into you that you want to, so you're almost baiting. You want them to come to you, but you've exposed the pockets yourself with movement. Listen, as a defender, what's unpredictable is motion, right? Because the communication gets lost. And so you're opening up pockets all over the ice. So I'd like to see more of that. Not static perimeter play, but motion to try and disrupt the coverage.
And again, Montreal will start with the third period on the man advantage. Their power play 0 for so far. Again, they've scored a power play goal in every game so far this season. Plenty more to come here in the second intermission. We'll turn things over to Kenzie again and Arpon Basu in the latest installment of Arpon's Notebook right after this. Whether it's David Savard playing his 800th career game, Justin Barron opening the scoring, and oh yeah, we saw a little razzle-dazzle from Lane Hutson as well. Let's keep that blue line discussion going now and head over back to Montreal for Arpin's Notebook.
Laura Kenzie with you alongside Arpin Basu for our Arpin's Notebook segment. Let's kind of dive into some defense talk here. Arpin, Mike Matheson not returning tonight with the upper body injury. We saw coming into this game some changes with the D pairings, and you have to think some of that due to wanting to improve their defensive zone play. So if you read into it as much as you want to, maybe that can spark a change for them. But what we've seen so far tonight, still looking for some areas to click.
Yeah, I mean, the defensive zone stuff was priority number one for Martin St. Louis in training camp, day one of camp. Decided to attack that, make some tweaks to how they played in the defensive zone last season. Then tonight, started the game with the defense pairings that he had finished the previous 3 games with. Obviously, Mike Matheson doesn't come out for the second period with an upper body injury, throws that all into flux. The extent to which the defensive zone is still a huge work in progress, and the defense is still a work in progress. Coming into tonight, defensive metrics for the Canadians at 5-on-5. Shots against, shot attempts against, high danger chances against, expected goals against, all dead last in the NHL. So something does need to change. Obviously, if Matheson, we don't know what's going on with him, but if he's out for any period of time, that certainly doesn't help. But even with the healthy Matheson, the defense as a group, how they're paired, has not been optimal. You know, Arber Xhekaj and Justin Barron started the previous games together, wound up finishing apart on different pairings. The one thing about the setup that they had at the beginning of the game tonight is that it gets Lane Hutson on the ice more often with Caden Goulet and just more often in general, which has been generally a positive thing for the Canadians. But if Matheson's out for any amount of time, the defensive worries are just going to continue and even get worse probably for this team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what Lane Hutson's minutes are going to be at the end of this game.
Yeah.
But, you know, in addition to structure, there's a conversation of execution. So you wonder how much of the D-zone miscues is just based on timing, or is it the structure in which they're playing in?
Yeah, the structure, and then there's just being rusty, looking rusty. You know, I mean, Martin St. Louis was saying this morning how, you know, some of the offensive issues and some of the issues in general are about, you know, a missed pass, a play a little bit too late, and it just screamed of rust. And the point of training camp is to get rust out. And you know, we just mentioned how day one of training camp was devoted to defensive zone play. Still a work in progress. Getting the rust out seems to still be a work in progress. There's been numerous instances tonight of passes hitting the tape, bouncing off. Lane Hutson tried to hit Yoel Armia with a big stretch pass in the first period. Armia just missed it. We had a case in the second period. Cole Caulfield had Nick Suzuki for an easy exit pass, passes it behind him. The Kings wind up killing more time on that power play. So, and it's just, we've seen it in every game, and it makes you wonder, like, the training camp the Canadians had was so weird. Like, ever since Patrick Laine got hurt, there was all that thing with Ottawa, who are you going to dress? And they wind up dressing, each team wind up dressing their B team basically and not getting ready for the regular season the way you're supposed to. I think maybe we're seeing the after effects of some of that lack of sharpness, or that ability to get rid of that rust in training camp might be manifesting itself now for the Canadians.
I'll even look back to practice the other day and just looking at their zone entries and trying to create scoring chances off the rush and asking Martin St. Louis about it. And he said, look, we just got to get better at making that first pass and receiving that first pass. So it does go back to some of the fundamentals.
Like, how many of their passes are just hitting sticks, like hitting opposing sticks? Like, that's rust. And you know, it's kind of something you're supposed to get out in training camp and not be worried about in the 5th game of the regular season.
Lots more hockey to go here, Laura. We'll see what's around the corner as we move ahead here as another segment of Arpin's Notebook.
Award-winning. Still waiting for that award.
Speaking about just around the corner, we've got more highlights up next as this intermission. Canucks, Sens, and Oilers all in action. first stop, Ottawa for the Devils and Sens. It's Jonathan Kovacevic. Point shot tipped home by Eric Haula. Kovacevic, the former Canadian, with his 5th point in 6 games already this season. Third period underway. Devils still on top 2-0. How about the Canucks and Panthers now here in the second? Still all tied up, but it's Quinn Hughes. First shot is blocked. Second one gets through traffic, and it's in there. The reigning Norris Trophy winner as his first of the year. Florida did answer, though, 2-2 through 2. And last but certainly not least, it's the Oilers, it's the Predators. Midway through the first, it's Philip Forsberg tipping in the Roman Josi shot. Forsberg has his 2nd goal of the year. Brett Kulak did score, though, in that first period. That one also tied 1-1 now in the first intermission. And it is a busy night in the NHL with 11 games on the schedule. Here it is right now. Read it and weep as we get you all caught up on the action. It is the Flyers and the Kraken, the late game on the schedule, getting underway at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's a story around the NHL. You know what's going on right now between the Kings and the Canadiens. Again, Montreal will start this third period on the power play. So without further ado, it's back to Brian and MJ.
Laura, last year the Montreal Canadiens led the NHL in 1-goal games. Mike, in those games, you got to find a way, you got to learn, and it's an opportunity here in this third period for guys like Josh Anderson to make a difference.
He's been busy. He has been noticeable. 3 shots, 5 attempts, heavy in the forecheck. Cheryl talked about him before the game started, and he's responded with an energetic game. That's good. But what's also good is goal and offense, and that's where Anderson and Gallagher are trying to get to where they create a little bit more of that. And you're right, 1-goal games are nice, but you have to find a way to pull points out of them if you're the Montreal Canadiens.
Starting the third period on the power play, so a good opportunity here. 1:07 remaining in the minor penalty to Fiala. Habs control. Hudson at center ice to the right side. We know Mike Matheson, as reported now, out for the game with an upper body injury. As we thank Arpin in his notebook. Hudson, one more time from his own zone. Takes a look, he'll skate it up ice, then drop it back. There's Suzuki. Suzuki coasting through center. Over the blue line, he'll hand it off. Doc works it in deep. In comes Caulfield. Mikey Anderson able to free it. Possible 2-on-1 as Gavrikov hustles in. Moore curls around, didn't pass it, and alertly the veteran will kill off some more time.
Seems like a nothing play. They run a ladder to Kirby Doc on the entry. He gets pinched off. He just kind of shoots it behind the net. Not really much thought to it. Not really what's going on with it. And because, look. Ouch. Caught Hudson.
That was England lining up Hudson. He's going to call for a change. Montembeault will settle it down for Barron.
But you have to value every bit of possession on the power play.
Brendan Gallagher cuts in. One shot on the power play, so the Habs unable to take advantage of the man advantage tonight. Here's Byfield to the right side. Spence over the blue line, drops it back. Byfield, little chip to himself into the corner. Then he hits Anderson hard. Byfield using his frame there to check Josh Anderson. Kaden Guhle, watched by Kopitar. Barron through center, the backhand in. In comes Joel Armia. Riddick goes to play it. He'll play it away. Doc couldn't get there in time. Kopitar starts the play. Laferriere off his stick. Right now, he's the difference maker. Laferriere, the 2-1 goal for the Kings. Right in front. Oh, what a chance. Laferriere all alone. And he couldn't beat Montembeault. Kopitar. Back to work. Little chip. Laferriere. Checked by Hudson. Hudson on the puck. Laferriere closing him off. Hudson leading all skaters in ice time over 19 minutes and counting. And of course, more on his plate with Mike Matheson done for the night. Doc in on Anderson. Kopitar digs it free.
It is.
Goalie, Doc in front off the toe of the Riddick. Big stop there. Wow, Riddick's best save of the night. And the other way, burst to speed, Fiala around Jack Eye. Fiala And Montembeault stuck with him, but a penalty coming up. A holding call. A good burst, and yet another must-make save for Montembeault.
Montreal penalty number 72, 2 minutes for holding.
Chances at both ends. Kirby Dach on a loose puck, all alone in front. Then on a quick transition, Xhekaj gets himself stuck in a foot race that he's not going to win. As the earlier chance here, simple forecheck. Kirby Dach comes back to the front of the net. He's almost surprised by this puck. Comes right down to him. Well, I got to do something with it. Tries to sweep it in, and Riddick makes a good save. But right away, Guhle goes for a big swing. He doesn't start skating, trusting that Xhekaj's behind him. But he's got to recognize who you're going up against and whether you can win that race. Xhekaj could not, forced to take a penalty.
Clean win, back to Spence. He'll hand it off. Danault, wrist shot high, missed. Turcotte swinging and miss at midair. And he couldn't make contact, but the Kings still control. Danault for Spence. Phil Danault. More at the goal line. Guhle trying to swat that away. Turcotte spinning, feeding. Byfield backdoor and a good layup. The veteran, David Savard. Massive block. Those don't make the highlight reel, but that is a big play from Mr. 800 tonight, his 800th game. Trevor Moore tried to work it in deep. Little backhand feed. Spence right and tight. Turcotte to Byfield. Broken up by Armia.
Good sticks by Montreal. Taking that last pass away.
Byfield snaps it for Turcotte. Gets it back. Byfield tried that slap pass on the teeth of Moore. He couldn't cash. Moore below the goal line. Around the boards for Byfield. Quinton Byfield. Danault. Puck in the corner. Turcotte lost it. Guhle, little flip, but there's Danault. He'll pick it up. Philip Danault. Turcotte in that bumper spot. Danault gets it back. Up for Spence. Spence. Danault feeds it down low. Turcotte's in front. Moore behind the net. Byfield. Waiting. Moore shooting. Couldn't squeeze it in short side. Montembeault. Solid save again. Army in the corner. 20 seconds left in the minor penalty. Danault. Check by Savard. Guhle engaging.
Tired group of killers here. Montreal would love a clear.
Leferrier jumped on the ice. He's into the fray. Takes down Savard. And then he goes down. But Evans has the puck. Jake Evans. Allowing Montreal a critical change. Alertly, Evans just curls around the horn here.
Bobby Orr out there.
Time.
Let's go.
Still with it, Jake Evans. Coast to coast, and that'll kill off the penalty. One shot for LA with a man advantage. 5 minutes gone in this third period. Leferrier over the line. Hesitates. Swung it in front. Kempe couldn't get the stick on it. Mikey Anderson pumps it right back in for the Kings. Gavrikov, wrister, the high tip. And again, Leferrier, he's been all over it tonight at the Bell Center. Caulfield in stride over the line. Lost the puck, continues to grind. Little backhand dish. Hudson thought about engaging. He's got to back up. Leferrier up that right side. Leferrier shoots it in. Montembeault will stop that. Here's Barron. Asked him about Savard's 800th game and what he means to the dressing room. Barron said he's kind of like a brother/dad figure. Super positive, great energy. And, you know, you hear Caulfield, Savard, the guys when things are down or not going well, they're the guys that pick things up in the room. And, Mike, you've been in those rooms. I mean, how critical is that?
He's more like the fun uncle.
Yeah.
He's got some wisdom, but also can relate to them. Watching that show on Crave, the rebuild, it becomes very clear how important he is to the dressing room. That energy.
Andre Lee around the net. Lee will drop it off. Trevor Lewis all the way up top. And that pass puts Clark in a tough spot. He's got to retreat. Couldn't get it clean from Jones. And backhand it in. You know, Andre Lee, an interesting story. He was raised in Sweden, then moved to North America and played. And he found out he was going to be in the show. As a youngster, he loved Kopitar, had a Kopitar jersey. As Scott Burnside wrote in his article, it was a great article, he said he was on the phone with Mom. Are you ready? Yep. Are you on the right bus? Yes, I'm on the right bus because Kopitar is on this bus. That's a pretty good sign. Welcome to the show, young man. You're in Montreal this Thursday night and your team leads by 1. Time now for the electrifying save of the game, brought to you by the Polestar 2. Experience pure electric performance for yourself.
Take your pick. Could be any number of Sam Montembeault saves. Well, why not this one on Kevin Fiala? Breakaway, he's seen a couple of them, strings them out, stays upright, turns them aside for another nice save for Sam Montembeault, who has been really sharp in the game so far.
Listen, Mike, Four Nations Cup, Olympics coming up. That young man, I'm telling you.
I'm putting my team together, and he is on the short list. 3 goalies will make it. He's certainly in the top 5.
Keeping Montreal in it tonight. Here's Spitz. He'll throw it in. Savard in the corner. Nearly 7 gone, third period. Montreal down by 1, looking for the equalizer here in this third. Armia on that right side. He'll flip it into King territory. Giveaway, new hook in. Hewitt shoots. Riddick bails out to no. Tough turnover and a big save for Riddick. The other way, Fiala again. He was hooked up. Montembeault stops him as Hudson all over a penalty shot coming up at the Bell Center.
There, Furlat, definitive call with a penalty shot. Kevin Fiala talking to his goalie, David Riddick, who just made a great save to key up the transition.
From behind on the breakaway.
And a huge moment in the game. We just highlighted a Montembeault save on a breakaway. He just made another save on a breakaway. Now it's one-on-one solo. Quick pass, strings in. Fiala, there's the hook that caused the penalty shot. And here's the penalty shot.
Here comes Fiala, 11 points in 15 career games versus Montreal. Fiala in, shoots, Montembeault to stop. Having a night at the Bell Center, Samuel Montembeault.
A huge save for Montreal. Montembeault bailing out his club again. Fiala's so shifty, it's hard to be patient, but Montembeault stays high up on the crease. Squares up, and this puck just catches a piece of his pad as he reads the hands and makes a massive save on Kevin Fiala.
So Montembeault stops his first career penalty shot he faces, and Fiala 0 for 3 in his career now on the penalty shot. And Fiala, I mean, he's been good. 3 consecutive seasons, 70-plus points for the Kings. Mike, you've talked about his game numerous times tonight, but can't beat the Montreal goalie there. Off the turnover, here's Turcotte, some speed. Evans back though. Pass in front, Dooley there, and Dooley steers that up the left side. Josh Anderson trying to get around young Grant Clark. Jones steers that up the boards. Vogel had it, skated by it, and he'll swing it cross ice. Kaden Guhle. Here's Clark. Kopitar delivers. Probably going wide, but Montembeault steered that into the corner. Wayne Hudson. Kempe, centering feed. Byfield takes a look. Goes up top. Gavrikov back to Byfield. Little backhand pass. Kempe picks it up. Kempe leaves. Mikey Anderson looking for his second of the game, and Montembeault fought through that screen. Good pressure now by the Kings. Anderson for Gavrikov. Quick touch across. Curling around again. Byfield. Byfield stops at the line. Waits. Drops it off. Kopitar.
Okay, no danger out here. Indicate keeping to the outside.
Gavrikov for Kempe. Kempe checked by Hudson. Kopitar. Up top. Gavrikov. Wrister tip just wide as Kempe got a touch in front. Kings really moving it now. Kopitar. Gavrikov, one-time drive to stop again. Montembeault. Habs need it clear. Slavkovsky settles it down and gets it to Hudson. Hudson curls around. King's going to change as well. As fresh legs for both sides. Savard sets up behind his goalie. Arbor Jacki off the stick of Dvorak. Approaching the midway point of this third period. Shots 26-22 in favor of the Kings. Arbor Jacki flips to center. Dvorak cutting in. Dvorak couldn't slide it across. Englund, a good play as he had Oliver Kapanen wide open. Pardon me, that was Heineman up that right side. Emil Heineman back to work. Dooley. Good job to get the puck. Dooley with it towards the net, and that hit to no skate. Dvorak skated right by it, had a good chance. Heineman still working for that puck. It comes to center. Gooley there. Gooley watched by Moore. Deneau there as well. And the Kings bring it in offside, or no, hand pass. So play stopped regardless with 10:01 to go in this third period.
Lane Hudson logging big minutes. 24 on the night. And listen, you're a smaller guy, you got to battle. And as he's falling, he gets Kempe stick to the cheek. You got to keep battling. Pick your spots, establish position, be heavy when you can, return the favor when it's possible. But this is, Lane Hudson's going to have to figure out how to navigate. We know what he does great, and he's great at the stuff he does well. But he's got to work at the stuff that's harder and not as natural for him, which is battling bigger, heavier plays in front of the net. Nice job with Kempe there, even though he comes out a little cut-lit for it.
Yeah, a star in NCAA. He was the top 3 finalists for the Hobey Baker, won by Celebrini. But Mike, to your point, the NHL is a whole different animal, and learning how to survive an 82-game season here.
Yeah, but with the puck, it's not for him.
No, that's true. But lots defending's tough.
It's a challenge for anyone, any rookie defenseman.
Arthur Jackeye going to work with Armia.
Another broken stick. There'd have to be 10 broken sticks in this game.
They're expensive, Mike.
I heard that.
Armia fishing for it. And all the way down the ice as Clark will head back.
Let's see, it's under 10 here. Montreal mounts a little push. Kenzie and Arpin talked about trying to get a little more efficient off the rush. If they can't find a way to create some pace through the neutral zone.
Here's Hudson through center ice. Josh Anderson. He'll stop. He gets spun around, flipped it for Evans. Evans in the corner. Trying to take it away from Laferriere. Hudson near point, kept it in momentarily. Laferriere, he's away with Turcotte. Turcotte drops, Fogle sends it across. One to Laferriere, he'll backhand it for Turcotte. Fogle in front, tight shot, he missed. Good passing there from that Kings line. Hudson will be patient behind Montembeault. Both teams changing. Nick Suzuki up the left wing. Avoids the hit. Keeps on moving. Suzuki the backhand threat. Caulfield. Dishes up top. That drive, and Suzuki looking for the tip by Riddick. Back the other way, it's Byfield. Gooley in his lane. Kopitar reached for it, flipped high to center, and Gavrikov back.
Gavrikov not looking much like a center fielder out there fielding that high flipper.
Slavkovsky. Suzuki at center. Little backhand in. In comes Caulfield. Caulfield starting the night, one of the top goal scorers in the NHL. Dylan Gunther, what a hot start for him with the Utah Hockey Club. Caulfield tied for second with a number of players. And Evgeny Malkin, my red hot start. 11 points at last check and counting already.
500th goal last night, along with Sidney Crosby's 1600th point.
Malkin had a
night for Pittsburgh.
Strong game Monday here at the Bell Center, as him and Sid usually do. There's Lane Hudson with Barrett. Remember, too, we talked about it. Habs were shut out in both meetings last year by scores of 4-0 and just the one goal tonight. That wrist shot into the glove is more right into Montembeault. Samuel Montembeault keeping Montreal alive. A big moment in the game. Penalty shot stopped as he stops Fiala inside.
Molson Canadiens Hockey on TSN is brought to you by Molson. Whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or XL, there's a Molson with your name on it.
Welcome back to the Bell Center on this Thursday night, and there is your #1 star so far for Montreal, Samuel Montembeault.
The reason why this game is still close, Montembeault has been busy, has been excellent. Like he's been in 2-3 starts he's had so far this season.
Alex Newhook, driving play up that right side. Flip but not out. Kirby Dach waiting to the lanes, backhand shot. Oh, across! Wide open Newhook, and he fell and couldn't get that shot off clean. What a chance for Montreal. Hudson again, driving in. Lane Hudson crashes into the net off the moorings as Spence drove him into Riddick. What a chance for the Habs here in the third.
Oh, Kirby Dach had a couple looks with the puck right in front, and he makes a sweet move to drag it through his feet. Freeze Anglin, find Newhook on the back door, and it's out. Jordan Spence, the desperation hook of the stick, just to get Newhook's stick off the ice. Fraction of a second as the puck rolls through. Would have been an absolute empty net slam dunk. But Jordan Spence playing his first game of the year with a desperation defensive play to keep the puck out of the net. Newhook can't believe he couldn't get a piece of that.
Spence's dad, Canadian, mom from Japan. We told the story about him being born down under, and what a wonderful play to keep his Kings up by 1. Lane Hudson. Suzuki back to Hudson. He'll drift one in. Slavkovsky. Checked by Anderson. Kopitar delays, little flip to space. Kempe's got speed. Hudson's got to get back. Kempe. And it couldn't be Hudson. Centering feed, Byfield there. Pass behind him. Picked up by Kopitar. He'll play it around the boards. Gavrikov pinching in. Byfield holds the zone for LA under 6 to go, third period. Suzuki in the skates of Caulfield. Quickly for Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky, a guy that could be a difference maker for Montreal in this third as Hudson lost the handle. Kopitar in his skates. And the Kings will reset here in their own zone. Fiala. Been all over it tonight for the Kings as well. Barry trying to chip it away. Play back for Fiala. In comes Jake Evans to help. Fiala though on the puck. He wins the puck battle. Wrist shot, no traffic, easy save Montembeault. Up for Clark. Clark. Jones, centering feed, but a good stick Gallagher. Evans, Gallagher out the ice. Anderson trying to join the fray. Pinballing, puck right in front. Gallagher looking for it. What a scramble play. It could beat Riddick, and he's all hot, but the other way. Kings break up ice. Led by Moore, backhand feed. Montembeault to stop. What a weird sequence there for Montreal, as that was pinballing around, and Gallagher nearly finished up in front. Caden Goulet, under 5 to play. Dvorak, first to the puck in the corner. Hit by LaFerriere. Played around the boards. Hudson. Making some moves with the line. Lane Hudson, cutting in. Still with it, Lane Hudson, and right to the crease, trying to bury his first in the NHL. LaFerriere in transition quickly. He'll glide in, backhand feed. And right away the other way, it's Dvorak. Oliver Kapanen off the boards, weak shot, handled by Riddick. Dvorak banging in, tried to center from below the goal line. Puck available, Dvorak in his skates. Heineman swinging at it, Dvorak into the corner, in comes Jack-Eye. Fogle slashing at it, and it does come to center. Kapanen for Hudson. Hudson is going to dangle in quick, Kings changing. Hudson, one-on-one, trying to shake Spence. Spence played him well. Armia below the goal line. 3:35 to go in the game. We'll keep an eye on Montembeault. Kings leading by 1, and a goal from LaFerriere. That's the difference maker right now as Kempe plays it back to Spence, who saved the goal just a few minutes ago. Byfield, little chip. Kopitar, they'll jam it in. Caden Gooley with Kempe in the corner. In comes Doc to help. Doc gave it away. Kempe walks in, shoots, and Savard diving in front, deflects out of play with 3:09 to go in this third period. Montreal trying to fight back, down by 1 in the third.
Now for the Molson big moment of the game. And then it goes back to the second period where Alex Laferriere with the go-ahead goal, a tip from Jordan Spence point shot, and that has stood up for about 30 minutes as LA is trying to rebound from a very difficult night last night and get a big road win as their very long 7-game season opening road streak continues in Montreal tonight.
Game 5 of 7, Mike, on the road trip. They're off to Anaheim, or at least they're back to California, as that'll be game number 6. Montreal's off to take on the Islanders on Saturday. Savard literally watching Kempe. Kopitar, Dvorak will line up. 3:09 to go. 2-1 game for the Kings. Face-off won by Kopitar. Spence works it in deep. Byfield digs it free, backhand feed, hit a skate, up top. Engelland shoots, score! Andreas Engelland with maybe the dagger here in the third as the defense continue to get it done for LA. It's 3-1.
That is twice in this game they have put Christian Dvorak on the ice for a defensive zone left side faceoff. And twice he's lost that faceoff, and a point man has scored a goal for the LA Kings. It was Mikey Anderson in the first period. This time it's a broken play. And another one where it's an easy save if Montembeault could just see the puck, but it's screening by Montreal defenders. I think it's Dvorak again, who's trying to play in front of the net, not covering anyone. Goes through the eyes, and Engelland, unlikely goal scorer, makes it a 3-1 game.
Like, he had 1 goal last year, and that was his first goal in 9 years since being drafted in the NHL. So that's goal number 2.
Wow.
So good for him. Not an offensive guy, but the net is now empty. Montembeault to the bench. Extra attacker. Habs down a pair. Trying to get back in this game. Lane Hudson at the line. Suzuki thought about the one-timer. Goes down low. Pop pass. Great shot. Oh, Riddick stops Caulfield. What a save by Riddick. Suzuki. Hudson. Floats it into the corner. There's Doc with Slafkovsky. Trying to jam it free. Caulfield enters. There's Byfield. Duha. Puck bouncing. And it got caught up. I think it's a hand pass or hit by high stick.
Byfield tapped it to himself with a high stick to get a whistle. And you're right. What an opportunity. They get the 6-on-5. They get Montembeault out of the net onto the bench. And who do you want with the puck on his stick? You'd like Cole Caulfield to have it. And Montreal ends it with Caulfield right in front. Now, 2:08 left on the clock. You probably don't want to take a timeout now because you'd like to give this group 30, 40 seconds to try to score a goal. and then you need your timeout to rest your top players.
Oh, a win for Montreal, but the tap back to nobody. Caulfield's got to hustle. Empty net. Deneau just missed. A good block by Caulfield. Saved the goal. More after it. More tries to center. Caulfield got tripped up and a penalty coming up. So with a minute 50, yeah, they're going to let Fiala. Hudson lets Fiala touch up. So now you can pull the goalie. You got a little power play.
That's tough. That is tough for Trevor Moore. Offensive zone, net empty, under 2, and he gets his stick caught between the legs of Cole Caulfield to take a tripping penalty. Usually a very responsible player. That is a no-no in that situation. So now Montreal is going to probably take the timeout, or is Marty just trying to get a quasi timeout without actually taking one? Yeah, maybe check with the players. Yeah, they're going to take their timeout. Montreal tonight 0 for 4 in the power play. Now, one of those power plays was 13 seconds, so there is that. But just 2 shots as DJ Smith, the assistant coach in LA, former head coach in Ottawa, goes to work mapping out a defense penalty kill that has been lit up the last couple of games. And Montreal trying to do the same. Marty St. Louis, the power play coach for Montreal, trying to keep the power play goal every game streak alive with a huge one. Also worth to remembering, Montreal has to score quick. They need 2. So they can't pass around, be super patient looking for the perfect shot. There's a minute 48 on the clock. They have to try to get this done as fast as they can so they have enough time to try to get the tying goal if they're able to score.
Lane Hudson out there, obviously. They need something special. Played, what, close to 28 minutes, just over in this hockey game for him.
We're pushing over 30 by the time it's all said and done.
Big face-off one, and the Kings, remember, they got a clean chance. They can clear no icing as they kill the penalty. Net empty. Caulfield back. Leads for Hudson. Minute 35 to go. Habs down by 2. Hudson through center, shoots it in. Herbie Dock into the corner. Dock, Caulfield. Mikey Anderson falls. Byfield there. As is Newhook. He'll free it. Hudson at the line. Hudson hands it off. Newhook. Lane Hudson. He'll maneuver. Hudson down low. Newhook. Slavkovsky and Dock both in front. Caulfield. Newhook. Waiting. Trying to get it through. Suzuki. Bounces puck. Trying to find it. Hudson again at the line. Final minute, Bell Center.
Gotta go.
Hudson shoots. And it floats into the glove of Riddick with 55 seconds left in the hockey game.
I mean, Hudson thinking what I'm thinking. You can't take 30 more seconds passing it around. You got to go. And he's trying to put this puck onto Slavkovsky's stick. He's not trying to score. He's trying to pass it so Slavkovsky can touch it back across the net. It's exactly where you want to put it because Slavkovsky wasn't able to make the tip.
Kopitar, Newhook. 55 seconds left. One by Kopitar. Gavrikov down the ice. Kempe, open net. Adrian Kempe fills it. And that'll do it. 4-1 Los Angeles.
They just don't have a left shot centerman that they can trust. Think about the goals, buddy. Twice in their own end. Dvorak, the guy they want out there, he's usually quite good at faceoffs. Hasn't had it happen. Power play left side of the ice. They got to put Newhook in there, who's not a natural centerman. He snaps it. Kopitar wins it cleanly. Quick ring. Kempe, speed, ends up with an empty net goal. You know, faceoffs are not always important, but they can be in moments. And a few pivotal moments really hurt Montreal in the faceoff circle tonight.
Montembeault back in net. Montreal still in the power play. 44 seconds left. Down by 3. You know, full credit to David Riddick as he was pulled last night. Gave up the 4 goals and the 14 shots. He goes right back to start. And at times he looked a little bit shaky, but you know what? Improved as the game went on and got the job done for the Kings.
Not always pretty, but he can be effective. Has been in his career.
Turnover. Kapanen, quick shot. Rebound up front. Jack Guy fires one in and out of the glove as Riddick, though, made the stop and cleared with 15 seconds left. Harvard Jackeye will pick it up. Final few seconds at the Bell Center. Warren Foegele will put the finishing touches as the Kings continue their dominance over the Montreal Canadiens. Another win for LA, and David Rittich gets the win at the Bell Center.
That's a good bounce-back road game for LA. Back-to-backs coming on the road. Not a good game last night, and they grind their way to a 4-1 win. Lane Hutson, for the first time in his young career, would have played 30 minutes on the game. LA skates away with a 4-1 win.
David Rittich, a win after that tough loss last night in Toronto. Time now, Mike, for the Molson 3 stars. And Samuel Montembeault, I mean, he kept it close for Montreal for a big duration of this game.
Yeah, he was fantastic. You think about 3 breakaways, including a penalty shot save. Laferriere, you're right, he was all over it. Several good chances, including what ended up being the game-winning goal. And Lane Hutson, 30 minutes and 5 seconds. The young legs were working overtime with Mike Matheson's absence. He was good, but not good enough as LA gets the win.
The open's not serious for Mike Matheson. Leaves the game with an upper body injury, and now 7 straight wins the Kings have over the Montreal Canadiens. Molson Canadiens hockey continues. Rangers are here at the Bell Center. That's Tuesday at 7 Eastern Time. In the meantime, thank you for watching our coverage on this Thursday night, and good night from downtown Montreal.